I'd just like to emphasize the importance of stakeholder participation. It's been brought up a couple of times today, and one of the issues that we have experienced in the industry is some of the unintended consequences that arise from a lack of stakeholder participation. Sometimes a decision will be made by Central Firearm Registrars that they are not aware of how that will negatively impact on industry because there hasn't been adequate stakeholder participation before, during, and after the implementation of something new. And an example that I can give is as follows. With regards to accredited sporting organizations and the issuing of dedicated status, when the process started, organizations were asked to provide their procedure that exists before they issue dedicated status. So a certain standard was shown. Then later an organization comes along, or organizations come along that don't meet the same standard, but they too are then given accreditation at a lower standard. Those now become the colleagues of the reputable sporting bodies, but they are at a lower level. The unintended consequences, when these guys are not at the same level as the rest of the industry, is Joe Public flocks to that organization because he can get his dedicated status faster and cheaper than the reputable organizations. And we don't have any platform to take this process back to CFR and to say to them, you are creating a problem, or there's an unintended consequence to that which you are implementing. The stakeholder participation is something that we have to keep current all the time. It's not a once-off process. The other thing that concerns me with the Deputy Minister's mention of gun-free zones is just the process in terms of international information that we are getting coming back, very, very realistic. Gun-free zones tell the average person that knows nothing about firearms, it gives them the impression that this is some kind of safe place, safe haven, where the argument would be, why call it a gun-free zone? Because if you're saying that you need a place of safety from guns, then there's only two situations that can exist. Either there are a high level of accidents for people carrying firearms, which we're not aware of, or there's a high level of crime. Just like a firearm doesn't guarantee you safety, a gun-free zone doesn't guarantee that you are safe from crime. Why not call it a crime-free zone if that's what you're trying to achieve? Because a gun-friendly society cannot have gun-free zones without a place where the law-abiding person can hand in their firearm for safekeeping. You just create a gun-free zone like in a park, and now this person who works with a firearm cannot cross that area, pick up his children in that area. You make a criminal of that person. Be careful. Gun-free zones attract crime. The shootings in the United States have now made the decision in several states to put armed guards in gun-free zones because the amount of crimes that are happening in there. The only people that carry firearms in gun-free zones are criminals. And to bring this forward as some kind of a safe haven is an absolute misrepresentation of the truth. We need to be careful to not try and put things in there to look like window dressing. Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself as well, please?
Sorry, Andre Pretorius from the Professional Firearms Training Council.
Thank you, Andre.